Thank you guys for coming today. We do this call every Friday at 8:30 to those that are on the West Coast to make it so we don't have to wake up so early to join. And we're just gonna kind of mastermind and talk about topics, obstacles, things that are working, things that are not working, all focused on how to have a productive, successful business helping seniors and their families, which is the largest segment in real estate. So I laugh when people say it's a niche because usually a niche means a smaller market, not the biggest market. Today, I want to talk about the 8 different pillars with inside the senior market. So, with inside the senior market, there's lots of different ways you can build your business and get business, which I think is pretty cool. I think a lot of times we get our SERS or we get some kind of designation or put some kind of acronym or slogan behind our name, but it doesn't actually teach us how to go get the business. And I just never understood why we teach people not how to go get the business. But I think that's what real estate is as a whole. We go through all this studying to get our real estate license, and none of it actually teaches us how to actually do real estate and get real estate business. Um, so I think that's why most agents fail. 71% of agents did no transactions last year, and another 15% did less than 4 transactions last year. So 86% of the industry didn't even do 5 transactions or more, it baffles me. But I think it's because we don't realize we're running a business. We don't realize that marketing is probably the most important part. You have to get opportunities, then we have to learn how to nurture or convert those opportunities and then do a really good job, which I think a lot of people can do a really good job in the real estate transaction because we do care. But without the first two, it's no good. So the first thing that I tell everybody, your first pillar should be your core 100. It should be 100 relationships with people that already hopefully know you, like you, and trust you. And if you look in your phone before you say, I don't have 100 people, every single person that's here today, I guarantee if you look in your phone, you'll at least have 100 people. And most of the time people look, they're like 300, 500, 1,000, 3,000. And they're like, I had no clue I knew this many people. It's like, yeah, why don't you call them? You have no problem calling Zillow leads, or maybe you do, or FSBOs, or canceled, or expires, or door knocking, but you don't want to call the people you already got their phone number? So that would be one of the things I would say to start with is your core 100. Find 100 people in your phone that you're like, I could build a good relationship with them. They support me. They like my posts. They pick up my phone call. They say hi to me when I pass them, on the street or whatnot. Those are your first core 100. And the cool part with working with seniors and their families, if you start with those 100 people, if they're young enough, they have a mom and a dad. And if they're married, they got 2 moms and 2 dads. So those 100 people really ultimately came 300 to 500 people. And if they're young enough, they got 2 grandmas and 2 grandpas. And again, if they're married, they might have more. And all of a sudden, that 100 becomes 800 to 1,200 people. So if you just focus on the 100 people and just say, I specialize working with seniors and their families, I have a resource team. This is what I do. This is the main focus point of my real estate career. This is what I love to do, and you're nonstop branding yourself like that, you are opening yourself up and opening that window up to a whole plethora of people. 85% of my business comes from my core. Now, my core has 336 people in it, but 85% of my business comes from them. Now, I am getting their moms when they're passing away, or their moms when they're moving to assisted living, or the family homes, or put into the trust. It's breaking into multiple generations of business, but it still comes from those 336 people. And I do a lot of other stuff to try to get other business. So that would be your first pillar. Your second pillar would be your board of directors. Okay. And your board of directors could be your power team, which is your estate planner, your financial planner, your tax planner, your insurance planner. Hopefully, you have a mortgage planner, and then yourself as a real estate planner. That team, every single client, every single person that you know should be introduced to that ecosystem, and that those professionals should introduce you to those ecosystems. So again, an estate planner at least has 300 families that they work with. They introduce you to your 300 or you introduce them to your 100 to 300, 800, 1,200 families. They introduce you to their 300 families. And again, if you're thinking multiple generations, those 300s is really 800, 1,200 people as well. That will grow your ecosystem, and every single client you have, no longer will you ever let them just worry about selling the home. You are going to ask them about their estate planning. You're going to ask them about their tax planner. You're going to ask them about their insurance. And you want to really make sure you're there to help them build, protect, and transfer wealth. And by doing that, they're going to look at you and it's going to levitate or move you up in their eyes of you're not just a person to hang a sign, open a door, and sign a contract. You are someone that's there as an advisor and a resource. Then you have your family of companies. Family companies for me are your mover managers, your declutter and organizers, your estate sale managers, your placement agents, your benefits advisors. It's all the people that you will probably need as this family companies to really help assist the sale of the property. Because let's be honest, how often do we get where someone just calls and say, "Yeah, I want to sell my house. It's ready. Here we go." No, they're like, "Oh, I need to find out where I'm going. What senior living community should I go to? I need to know, is this going to affect my Medicare or Medi-Cal if I'm going to sell? I need to know." Oh, sorry, I thought I saw a different name than I did. Uh, I need to know if it's going to, um, we have a bunch of stuff inside the home. Do I sell it? Do I just get rid of it? Who's going to clean out the home? So those would be your family of companies. And again, they can't be your family of companies if they're not going to introduce you to their ecosystem. And that's the whole thing with a board of directors is you're going to expand your ecosystem just like that by having these people on the board of directors of your company. Paul goes over to it really, really well. I've adapted it into it where you can't even be my roofer if you're not willing to introduce me to your ecosystem. If we can't do some kind of cross marketing, then you are not in my resource team. And then again, the resource team would be your handymen, your pool cleaners, your landscapers. I mean, you name it, you should have a huge resource team because again, you want to be the call that people think of when they need something, as well as if you're in Facebook community groups, it's a great way when people are going on saying, "Oh, does anyone have a good handyman? Does anyone have a good HVAC system? Does anyone?" You want to be the person that's always interjecting, saying, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do." Why? Because when you comment on it, more than likely they're going to like it, they're going to appreciate it, but they're probably going to go in your profile. First thing you want to say is, "I specialize helping seniors and their families." And you want to be different. Let's be honest, people don't think really good things about realtors right now. The last 5 years has really hurt our perception. I blame reality TV, like the shows like multi-million dollar listings or whatever they are, that you just dress pretty, you look pretty, you sit there and you get $5 million, $10 million deals. That doesn't happen in real estate. One, two, they don't even really make money. They actually give all their commissions back to the client. That's the only reason why the client's using them, but that's another story. Um, but we need to show them what a realtor actually does, but as well as we need to show them that we're a specialist. That it's not just about commissions to us. It's not just about putting the sign in the yard. We understand real estate in a different way, and we're here to help a different segment of real estate, which again is the largest segment of real estate. So that would be your second pillar. Your third pillar, again, I believe with social media. If we're not on social media, you are going to get left behind. Even in the senior market, seniors are on Facebook. Their kids are on Facebook. Their kids are on Instagram. Their kids are on YouTube. They're all looking for help. And right now, it seems that social media, between social media, YouTube, and maybe TikTok, that is where people are getting their information from. That is where people are getting to know, like, and trust and build that up. And it's happening. It does take time. But again, I also use social media to make sure my ecosystem of board of directors and my ecosystem of my database, my phone book, my core, they always see me. And I make sure anybody that comes in my ecosystem, they automatically get put in my ads manager account as an audience, and they are going to see my post, whether they like it or not, because I'm going to pay for it to be on there. So social media is great for prospecting, engaging, looking for milestones. Social media is great for building your content to build that like, know, and trust. And then social media ads are great for being remembered. So I think there's a fourth part that's missing to the whole cliche of people do business with people they know, like, and trust, and they remember. Because let's be honest, if they forget what you do or who you are or what your name is or what your number is, when the time comes up, when they hear someone talking about real estate, it doesn't matter how much they know, like, and trust you. And we think, oh, well, my mom knows what I do. No, your mom doesn't really know what you do. And your mom doesn't know that you actually need her to refer you business. She doesn't, unless you tell her, hey, this is the way. And you might not have, this might not relate exactly to you, but you guys will get what I'm saying. I tell my mom, Mom, if you want me to bring over your 7 grandkids and spend time with you and us to show up at birthday parties and holidays, then you need to refer me every single person you hear talking about real estate because that's how I can afford to do so. If you don't want us all moving into your house because we're broke, you're going to have to help me out. Now, I can guilt my mom like that because we have that kind of relationship. You might not have to guilt as many people that way, but do it. Like, tell them how important it is. They need to understand how important introductions are to you. The fourth one is senior living communities, which I think are great senior living options. Now, again, this one in itself could mean different pillars and could be different specialties with inside this pillar. Sean Jardine out of Arizona, she just focuses on 55 plus communities. She does YouTube videos and puts it a whole extensive video about one community. I think every week she does a different community. And she does a lot of business in Arizona. Now, Arizona, that is the retirement, one of the retirement capitals of our country. So people are always going there. So there's lots of 55 plus communities. Where I live, there's one, Sean Jardine. She's a girl. Sean, and I think it's Sean. I think it's Shawn and then Jardine, Jardine. You can look her up. I think it's 55. I'll share it on the Facebook group. She's with a brokerage called Real, which you guys have probably heard because of the news going on. But she's with them, and yeah, she's great. So 55 plus communities. Then you have your assisted living, you have your memory care, you have your independent living apartments, you have your CCRCs, the one the wealthy people move into, and they pay $1 million, $2 million to move in, and then they're paying three, five, eight, $10,000 a month to be taken care of. Those are all great things because more than likely they're already marketing to your ideal clients. Your ideal clients come in there, they want to move in, but they have to sell their house first. It's a great opportunity to get now business as well as nurture business. And it's a great way to do lunch and learns, which is another pillar in itself. But it's a great way because they'll actually allow you to host them there for free. They'll pay for lunch, they'll pay for marketing, they'll pay for the venue, and you just show up and bring value. So it's great. Senior networking groups is another pillar. And again, there's people that's all they do. They just go to senior networking groups. Now, Paul says it really good. It's not working groups. If you go there just to shake hands and to say what you do and eat some breakfast or learn something and then go, you have to go there intentionally. Go there saying, I'm here to meet an estate planner. I'm here to meet a declutterer. I'm here to meet someone. And when it's your turn to speak, you're going to say, Hi, my name's Cory. I'm working with a client right now, and you're trying to sell their home, but they really need someone to come in and help declutter and organize their house. So today I'm looking for a great declutter and organizer. So if that is what you do, or you know a great one, please come see me afterwards because this is what I'm looking for. And I have other clients that are looking for other resources. So please come say hi to me. The whole point is to get them to come engage with you and you to set up one-on-ones afterwards and start that relationship and partnership up. If you don't do that, don't go to networking groups. Okay, it's not worth it. I don't make it one of my things. I'm terrible at meeting new people. I'm terrible at conferences. You put me in a booth, you put me on stage, I can shine. You make me go interact with people I don't know, I am the worst person ever to do those things. I should have started with this is when you're building out your pillars, start with what you love to do, then go to what you like to do, and then go to what you're good at. I don't believe in improving the things that you're bad at. I believe outsource those things. And if we're not good at something, if we don't like to do something, if we're not in love with it, we will make a million excuses not to do it. And that's again why I think most agents aren't successful is because we go into our brokerage and they say, go FISBOs, go door knock, go cold call, cancel expires, go. It's like, well, I don't like to get rejected. I don't like to call strangers. I'm not good at the phone. I'm not a Wolf at Wall Street kind of closer. I'm not willing just about say anything to hear the no to hopefully get a yes. Well, then why do people fail? Because that's what they're focusing on. What we should all be taught is go make a relationship with the people we already know. Go call every single person on your phone and start making a relationship with them. So networking groups would be good. Senior expos would be your next one. So I think senior expos is great for a pipeline filler. So if you're like, Corey, I only have 42 people on my phone. I don't know anybody. Senior expos are great because like I'm going to one tomorrow. I'm going to at least meet 1,000 new seniors and their families, and I'm going to have a free raffle for to win $150. They're going to fill up my raffle, and guess what? I'm going to get their name, phone number, email, and I'm going to ask them 6 different questions. Do you want to know what your home value is? Do you want to know how to prep your home for sale? Do you have an estate plan? Do you worry about capital gain taxes? Do you need any resources for in-home care? And I forget what the sixth one is. Oh, do you want to be invited to our lunch and learns? So now I get to meet people, and I should probably get a couple hundred signups, and I'll probably get 30 to 40 new leads, people that actually want information from me to go interact with. So they could be great. Some cities call them wellness expos, some call them aging, active seniors. Ours is called the Golden Expo. They're named all different things, but look around and again, if you're in a small town, you're like, they just don't do them here. Then go 30, 50 miles outside to your major city and go do one there. Because I guarantee you that people that are in your city or small towns are going out there, or their kids live in the cities and the moms live in the out town, or the grandparents or parents live outside. You're still going to meet your people. Um, then the next pillar would be your lunch and learns. So now I don't believe in doing big um, downsizing where there's 100 or 200 person events and trying to get vendors to pay for you and you're just basically getting paid to speak. Because most of the people and the teachers and the platforms that are teaching that, I've personally asked them, do you get business or how much business do you get? And all of them answered, oh, well, one of them answered, well, no, Corey, this is just about education. We're not here for just trying to get business. I'm like, my brand is empowering through education, but I am not going to do something and spend my time where if there's 0% conversion, that doesn't, we're in here to make money. We're in here to do business. I'm not here to get paid as an educator. I'm here to be a real estate agent and to help them plan for the future and beyond. So I like lunch and learns that have 15 to maybe 30 people in them, and it's about a specific topic. Downsizing made easy. Wills, trusts, and probate. I'm a trustee, now what? I took over my dad's finances, now what? What are the scams and vultures that I need to be aware of? Planning for the future and beyond, senior living options, and I'll have a whole entire series. And again, I like to do them at assisted living communities. I've done them at golf courses and paid $2,000 to $3,000 to put them on, have 40, 50 people there. I just think that the best return on your money is the one that you don't have to pay for, and the one that you can keep showing up and branding yourself. And then as you're doing those, you're inviting your core, you're inviting your board of directors, you're inviting the people you met at the senior expos, you're telling people at the senior networking groups. I mean, you're inviting everybody there because even if the placement agent and the declutterer are the only two people that show up, cool. Now they're going to see you in action and see that you know more than most agents. So that would be your next pillar. And then like with inside of it, you can niche down. You can do probate sales. Probate sales are a good one, or inherited homes. My niche with inside the senior market, if you're 72 years and older, you got 3 properties or more, and one is vacant. That is the person that I help sell, eliminate capital gain taxes, and not be a landlord anymore. So I think that is 8, unless someone wants to correct me. But Michelle, was that 8? I see you taking notes. That was 8. Okay, so there's your 8. Now, again, I mean, there's probably other pillars that you could do, but I think that's the main 8. Um, Now, I believe I call it a 5 pillar blueprint. I actually teach a class on it. Of you should pick 5. Start with one and then build into a second one, and then build into a third one. And you'll see like mine's my core 100 relationships. Then it's my board of directors. I try to have 50 of them. Then it's social media. Social media, I really don't have as the pillar to try to get people that don't know me to use me. It's really to make sure my ecosystem really knows me, likes me, trusts me, and remembers me. It piggybacks off the first two. But there are times where people that I don't know or people that aren't in my core or in my board of directors, they reach out to me. It's always nice. The best leads in the world are ones that show up in your DM saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying a home," or "My mom's thinking about here, and this is looks like you would be the person to talk to." Then my fourth one is seniors. So within mine, I have my fourth pillar. I do lunch and learns. I build partnerships with senior living communities, and then I have my team members go to senior networking groups because again, I suck at that part. And then I try to help them do expos. Like tomorrow, I'm doing the expo by myself, but usually they help me as well. And then my fifth is my passion niche. So I basically created a golfing buddies group because I love to golf, and I believe that you should love to do things in your life and follow your passions in life. I now put on monthly tournaments. I sponsor a golf charity tournament like I'm doing later today. I'll meet 144 new people. I'll get their information. I'll find other people that love to golf. I'll add them into my golfing buddies group, and every single month they're going to hear from me at least 2 to 3 times because I'm planning my tournament. And guess who's sponsoring the hole-in-one tournament? Cory Bulldroff, the real estate planner. So now I can easily just plug in what it is that I do. But back to the senior market, if you layer on those, you'll get so much business you won't know what to do with. I truly believe every agent should easily be able to do 20 to 30 transactions a year. Now, I'm not going to say that doing 20 to 30 transactions a year is easy because once you start doing transactions, you get emotional, you get caught up in stresses, you get caught up in obligations and obstacles. Like it's not easy, but getting 20 to 30 transactions a year, that is the easy part. Getting the business is the easy part. Learning the systems and how to systemize it and treat it like a business, that's the hard part. And being consistent at prospecting in your pillars. That would be the harder part. But if you're consistent with it and you just take small, consistent 10 actions a day, every single day, and they can be the same 10 actions a day. Talk to 3 to 5 people in your core. Talk to one board of directors. Go visit one community. Post for an hour or engage on social media for an hour. And then do one event a month in your passion group. You will easily. I mean, I did 77 transactions last year, and I wasn't pounding the pavement. I wasn't cold calling 80 people a day. I wasn't doing anything too crazy. I was doing a lot of just consistent things that we got there. Any questions? I got 6 minutes, and I don't want this to be me vomiting from the mouth. Usually these are not like this. I just promised to deliver my eight pillars today, so it was me beatboxing a little bit. But does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any aha moments? Any love to hear the 10 actions again. So I believe every single night I basically have 10 non-negotiables for my business and income and investing goals. And I have 10 non-negotiables for my health and basically I call it my health and wealth um, things. So I make 3 to 5 conversations every single day with my core. So if you have 100 people in your core, you're making 3 to 5 conversations a day, you're working 20 days a month, there is your 100 conversations that you have. And I have the same conversation or have the same people I have conversations with every single month. And that's how I get one introduction every single 5 years from them. And that's how I do 20 to 30 transactions just from those 100 people. Then I have one board of directors phone call every single day. So I make sure that you're in my board of directors. I'm making a phone call to one of you every single day to, again, hey, how's it going? How's business going? How's AI affecting your industry? What's going on new with your industry that I should be telling my core people? And here's what's going on in my industry, and you should be telling your clients. How do we collaborate better? And that's that conversation. I spend at least an hour to 2 hours a day on social media engaging. That's my prospecting, where people like, oh, I need to call people, or I need to go door knock, or I need. My prospecting is I go on social media and systematically engage with my friends and followers. So I'll go onto their profile, I'll see what's been going on with them last month, I'll look for things to comment and like on it, and I'll try to get them engagement through. And then I'll spend some time posting trial reels and stories to try to show up. So that would be a non-negotiable for me. Number four is I got to make sure like I have a hot sheet and I do it old school. Like I have a great CRM, but I do it old school. It's on a Word document and I just go through and make sure now there's 41 opportunities that I have for this year already. I just make sure, do I need to contact or communicate with them or how do I engage with them today? When was the last time I engaged with them? If you're on my hot sheet, you're hearing from me every single week. So I make sure that a non-negotiable is I got to find out who do I need to contact with and how long has it been because I do not let the whole week go by without them at least hearing from me. Even if it's, hey, just want to let you know I looked at 300 homes today. I couldn't find one that met your criteria, but I am here hardly, or I am here hard at work. I'm starting to look at expireds and canceled and FISBOs and foreclosures, and I'm looking for the ones that we're not going to see on the market. So I wanted to let you know that just because we're not moving forward with something looking at today, I am out here working hard for you. We have to again relay to them what we're doing. That's hard. Um, then I would have an hour of education. So every single day, I try to empower myself through education so I can learn something new so that I can go share it with other people. So that would be another non-negotiable. I work on my skill sets. And I build these 10 non-negotiables just so everyone knows I schedule out an 8-hour workday. Some days I work longer because conversations take longer, or I'll have appointments or something will happen. And some days I won't work the full 8 hours. I'll be honest, there's sometimes that happens. Wednesdays, I take every Wednesday off of work, so I don't do anything on Wednesdays. I don't even answer my phone on Wednesdays. And I believe everyone should do that. That when I started taking one day off a week to enjoy my passions in life. So I golf all day long and then I spend it with my kids. My income doubled that year. My life, like my mental stability, got way better. My health got way better. Um, it rejuvenates you. And I picked Wednesday because it's right in the middle of the week, so I can like, because let's be honest, if we try to take Saturday and Sunday off, that doesn't work too well as an agent that lists homes and shows homes and does open house. It doesn't work well. Um, so I think that's seven. I'm kind of getting distracted a little bit. Um, then it would be like file help, like if there's if there's something in transaction. I've made it better now where I have a client care coordinator. Her job is to communicate with the client and all the third parties, agents, escrow, title. Her job is to make sure everyone's communicating what's going on. And then I have a transaction coordinator that's in job to handle all the paperwork and work with the client care coordinator. So generally, when I get a client in escrow, there's very little that I actually have to do, but I will make sure, one of my non-negotiables, make sure, is there any fires I have to put out? Or is there any time where I have to come in and be the bad guy or be the savior? Like one of those two things has to happen. They can't negotiate for me. So if there's a negotiation thing, they have to let me know. But they'll send out things and, they sign things for me. And, I don't want to get stuck in the transaction. I want to do what I'm good at, and paperwork is not one of them. Oh shit, it's 9 o'clock. I have to go because I have a coaching call right now that I'm leading, called the 5 Pillar Blueprint. But I hope you guys enjoyed and hope to see you guys next Friday.